damage, you gotta get some peel. Paquito straight away locked in. Natan as well with the superposition to keep them away. And now, Malvinas Gaming, they've got a lot of options to steal and try to contest them, or do they want to immediately look towards lane dominance?
Right now, I'm sorry, but Blacklist International, they kind of look like they just won the draft. They have a very good
Your team is banning.
Pull out all of the heroes that can go to the backline, especially Yuzak, especially Hayabusa, and look like the hero that they have. They have the Eve, they have the Nathan, and they even have the Paquito. Paquito is good to engage, but he's also a very good hero that can peel. Anyone coming to the back, they're gonna get a KO punch, and then they're gonna get knocked back. As of right now, Blacklist International, the first 3 picks, Eve, very good control. The real world manipulation is very hard to fight against. Entropy from the Nathan, able to dash out in a very dangerous situation, as well as the damage from superposition. I feel like Blacklist International, they open very, very strong.
But I agree. I must say though, there's some good interaction between them and Malvinas' first 3 picks as well. They deny the Matilda, they pick up the Barats to answer the Paquito without the Paquito even showing up. So maybe Blacklist is just walking into this, they're confident. They also have the Lunox to kind of counteract the real world manipulation. It's kind of like the same relationship that Lunox has with Farsa, where she can kind of dodge the burst. But going into the bans, Gideon, Malvinas, Coach Santiago understands. They take away the chill from Haji.
Yep, he gets it. He really, really does. He's eliminating options, and although, yes, they do have first pick, it feels like they have a great idea. The fact that they're banning out Show, because in most situations, and even if I was on the other side going in blind towards this draft, I would want to keep that Show up in towards that gold lane, maybe to get into that back line a little bit easier. Yes, it requires some mechanics, but I have to my players. Yada, yada, yada. Bane is going to be a really, really good ban here.
Right now, looking at the ban, they ban out the Cho. This means that they don't want someone to pick someone off from the backline. It could be Lunox, but it could potentially be a marksman, say a Brody, but Brody hasn't been banned just yet. And the Bane kind of does show that either they're just being respectful, or they completely understand that they really want to play team fight based gameplay, and the Bane could really disrupt that. Plus, the Bane does have a knock-up ability with the Deadly Catch, so Brody, as well as the Claude, is very susceptible to getting knocked up.
Yep, so Brody's still out there, still a possible gold laner for Blacklist if they choose to put the Nathan into the jungle, which is not as strange as it sounds, because it's happened before, even while the nerf on marksman in the jungle has already been put into effect. Now, first pick in the second phase for Malvinas, what are they missing? A clear jungler, maybe even a clear roamer. We don't know where that Matilda's going, if it's going into the hands of Steffi, or maybe even to Harley in the mid. Gideon, what are your thoughts?
I'm thinking Benedetta. I'm thinking along the lines of Alice, maybe along the... Oh, yes, Popo and Koopa here take away their tools, big, powerful tools. And more importantly here, Iridian, finally, even though he is such a young player, he's going to be looking for opportunities to get it. And if he can't get that space, it's going to be such a struggle, especially as a gold laner.
Yeah, right now I'm looking at Blacklist International. They have a lot of range. If they want to put a little bit more, they do have the Brody. If they want to win the lane, they can get the Clint. In terms of their roamer pick, I really feel like it's really hard to predict against Blacklist International. They could really take just about anyone, and it could really work. So I'm just focusing on that gold lane, whether they want Brody, whether they want to get the Clint. But it looks like Vatrix, they want the pink-haired, very, very annoying artillery machine going in the back with the Matrix, and a Ruby here just having a lot of crowd control, making sure that if Malvinas Gaming, they want to play style, they want to engage in the backline, Ruby is there to give themselves the problem.
I love it. The Beatrix, just very recently, Oheb scored a Maniac on the recently unlocked hero. There's a reason why even when she wasn't taken out of rotation for mechanical reasons, she was still always just banned. So now, Beatrix showing up in the second phase is surprising. Gideon, are you surprised? Because I'm sure Malvinas paid attention to what Oheb did.
Absolutely. I think Malvinas, at this point in time, like, locking in something like the Beatrix is a little scary, because then you have so much not going in your favor. Things like Lancelot could have been picked up much, much earlier for Blacklist International if they wanted to show anything. Malvinas Gaming needed that sort of security to say, hey, we need to see your entire composition before we lock it in and go blind with something like a Beatrix. Popo and Koopa is just the safer option.
Yeah, and right now, for me personally, if I'm blind, I don't see the names, I don't see the IGNs, I don't see the flags, I don't see anything. I'm just looking at the draft. Blacklist International, they have an amazing draft. Like, based on the draft itself, it's it's looking pretty clear that they have a pretty good advantage going into the game before the game even starts.
Yep, it's just a clean approach. I mean, you have the Eve and Ruby in mid, and already it's a straight line. I'm sorry, Gideon. they just did not budge.
I was hoping they would draw donuts in the sand, but I guess I'll have to wait until after group stages. But in the meantime, I think we have to also kind of think of where does Malvinas Gaming kind of seep through the cracks?
What are they trying to do is the question. Exactly. How will they try to add points or just break the straight line? Game time, ladies and gentlemen. Blacklist International versus Malvinas Gaming. If Blacklist takes this, it's a clean group stage for them. But if Malvinas Gaming able to make them bleed right now, then what an upset. Here we go, looking at the rotations, looking at the side lanes. Singh and Edward, it is usually a win for the Barats.
Well, it really depends on what the goal and objective is, but so far, after pushing over the mid lane, Haji is taking a lot more damage than he should. Forcing him to recall early to contest with this Litho Wanderer is kind of a good idea, because this should be pretty easy for Quinn to get. Yes, he did get it. I had to hold my breath there for a second. Didn't see the Litho Wanderer appear by his side immediately.
Woo! Litho Wanderer early on. Wise looking to correct that. What might be the situation here? Lancelot versus Nathan. It looks like the Nathan is just going to puncture straight on through and take down the Time Space Walker. Is that going to be the case here, Gideon? Do you see it's an easy road for Quinn?
I don't think it's going to be as easy as what people would mention, especially since Blacklist International wants to punish people like Iridian on this top side. If Sephi matches the Queen every step of the way and play off of that information and keep this 50-50, that's a good start, but they're going to need a snowball effect to happen, and I don't think there's anybody on the side of Malvinas Gaming in terms of their draft except for maybe just Steffi who can set that up for him.
I love how Steffi actually picked the Matilda here to help confirm kills with Adrian, but now Haji's in trouble. First blood's gonna be drawn. Steffi takes him down. Would have been better if it went to Adrian, but a kill is a kill, gold is gold from Malvinas Gaming.
They need to get the snowball as quickly as possible. If they have to give it to the Lancelot, that's no big deal, because now Oh My Venus is in a little bit of trouble, and that's what they want to do. Push out that mid, play towards that gold side. When you have that pressure, come down to Turtle.
Yep, first Turtle already up. Priority going over to a Blacklist International, but look at this top lane. They're bearing down on Ohib. We don't care if you scored a Maniac. You're answering to us now. 2 minutes in, 15 seconds, a third of the health here on this Turtle. That's going to go over to Wise. Turtle Slaying brought to you by STV Singapore. Passion made possible.
Did you know that Singapore is not just one island, but 64?
64.
64. That I just learned that very recently. They got 64 offshore islands, including Sentosa, the one that we're staying at, Pulau Ubin, and Sister Islands.
That's amazing. But right now, looking back into the game, Malvinas Gaming, looks like Quinn is in danger.
Oh, he's fine. He's fine. Haji's got Ohib's back, but just the same, Steffi could give a shield here to Quinn, dash out to safety. I like how despite Blacklist's take on the Turtle, Malvinas still understands that we can kind of push it further.
Yeah, the thing is, what I like about this game, right? Malvinas Gaming, they won the lane. Early game control on the lane has been very good for Malvinas Gaming, and when Blacklist International, they took the Turtle, they didn't even try to contest it just because they know if they go for the Turtle fight, they're actually going to lose. Right now, looking at the itemization, Harley is going for, but it looks like Zig is going to go down, and that's a kill for the Queen.
Maximum range, and they're looking to trade up top. Malvinas Gaming trying to spot out Ohib, but Haji's got his back, and they're going to let it happen. They're going to let this through. It's a 3-man, make that a 4-man. Koopa counts, push. Early on, 3 minutes in, they're going to take down this turret. No more shields. That just shows how much pressure Malvinas Gaming put here. Gideon, how is it going to affect Ohib's farm?
Well, honestly, let's not even talk about Ohib's farm. Malvinas Gaming right now, it feels like this is rehearsed. It feels like they've done this a lot of the times. These rotations are a little too telegraphed for their side. In Blacklist International, it feels like they're following into this. They're trading side by side, but Malvinas seems extremely prepared.
But they find some refuge in mid. There's a push in bottom, and now they're going to try to make some way in mid. Blacklist International trying to reclaim and show us exactly where this 1,000 gold lead is coming from, 3-1.
Yeah, but coming back to Ohib's farm, yes, he's going to lose a little bit, but as you mentioned, the retribution is great on his side, getting 2 kills, allowing him to try and stabilize.
Yeah, Wise is actually not dying. Again, we talked about how the Lancelot should be giving him hell. This is great now. Oh, Phantom Execution coming in. Haji answers with the I'm offended, keeping him in place. That's the Queen with the real-world manipulation. Steffi answers back with the Circling Eagle, and they're all still alive. What discipline from Malvinas.
Oh, I don't know about you, but I'm squeezing my butt cheeks here, man. This is not easy. This really is not easy, and especially if you are a Latam fan, you got to be breathing heavily on this one. Seeing he's not going to let this happen, but you can see that Oheb, he has that pressure now, and so far, oh, he does not miss these shots.
Redder, maximum range. We've seen it down bottom on Oh My Venus, and up top, the Prince does exactly the same. The mechanics of Blacklist International, it's being put on show here, and the way Malvinas answers, I gotta agree with you, Gideon, it seems to be in the macro. They're showing off their macro chops.
If it's not micro, it's gotta be macro, and now Turtle is gonna be contested, and Malvinas Gaming slowly looping around, hopefully to contest.
And it looks like it's gonna go over to Wise one more time. Real manipulation, keeping Quinn down, and he bites it. That's why he's taking the kill. Another one for Oheb. Steffi looking low. The Void Crystal helping Wise confirm the kill. Adrian's walking away. Detna's welcomed by Singh. You go under the turret, but Wise is gonna survive nonetheless. Oh, another one. 3 for none. The turret's gonna follow through. Blacklist ain't done.
Oh my goodness, Oheb does not miss. He does not miss with Renner. This man, you think that you're playing a top-down view? No, he's playing an FPS.
Yeah, right now, the way that I'm looking at this game, it kind of feels like I just gotta shut my brain off and just admit that giving Eve to Oh My Venus and giving Beatrix to Oheb it's just the reason why they're looking so good right now. In fact, let's look at the replay, and actually based on their draft, they can win basically 80% fights around the riverside, because again, look at that range on their real-world manipulation. Anyone stuck inside, especially when we're looking at the Lancelot. Lancelot cannot do much. He's going to take a lot of damage. And then look at this, Oheb talking about damage.
It just happened again. There's no explanation. It's just Oheb now. He's smelling blood in the water, and like a shark, he's just gonna go and...
Honestly, like a hammerhead shark, and the difference is his eyes are like direct. They're not put side to side. Nope. It's directly in front. He does not miss at all.
Straight up.
Oh my goodness. But look, Malvinas Gaming, they understand. Like, yes, we are bleeding out a little bit, but let's try to, staunch this bleeding. We still have a late game we can play for, and maybe we can hold on strong. Haji actually missing the ult there, which is great for Malvinas Gaming, because now they have an open window to start pushing out and looking for opportunities.
Yep, time it out. I believe Haji overthought it. Like he overthought it, and he was looking for the bait, but it just wasn't there. Oh My Venus now picking up the Genius Wand. Team fights are gonna hurt now. Team fights are gonna hurt, and Malvinas is not gonna be able to just pull the same fist-clenching discipline play. Something's gonna go. Something's gotta go.
Yeah, and now the siege has already continued on to that mid-tier 2, and that's what they want to do. Team fights like Blacklist always is.
Oh, there goes Koopa. Not gonna save Adrian. Oh, Heb is godlike. 701. It's like his farm. It's like his turret wasn't even taken down in the early, man. Now Singh is going to get a little bit of revenge. Haji taken down as well. 2 for 1 here. Blacklist may have overstayed their welcome.
Goodness, they're doing such a good job overall. Like, Steffi is trying his absolute best to kind of create that space for Malvinas Gaming so far. But Blacklist International, their side laners, I mean, you got to give it to both Oheb as well as Edward. They are just they're doing everything here. Like, Oh My Venus is, here's the kill zone. Haji's like, I'll keep him in here. The rest of you just do the work.
I didn't notice Edward did not get any kills. No stats on his Festival of Blood, but he's sitting at 0-0 and 6. So he's good at setting up. He's great at keeping Malvinas at bay. And again, it's like that Barats-Paquito relationship didn't even exist at all.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's about all they find the initial cash on to Zing, who flickers on out of there. He doesn't really mind the damage. It's like, okay, yes, if I die another time, it's annoying. But Quinn, he needs that space, because you can see what Blacklist International is doing again and again and again. Get the side lane pressure and then slowly choke out the economy through the jungle.
The maximum range on not only the Renner, but even the Void Crystal, it extends it. Now Oheb switches over to it. They're looking to take down bottom lane, make space for that Lord that's spawning over on the upper left corner of the map. It seems like, as you said earlier, Gideon, Malvinas, it's so orchestrated. It's a master plan, but Blacklist read it back to back.
Yeah, I think Unfortunately, I think the game plan stops once they've fallen down here. They immediately find the catch, and maybe some kind of retribution on Wise, possibly.
Oh no, Quinn came in wrong. He did not time his dash as well. And foregoing immediately. Steffi's just wondering where'd you go? Guys, where's everyone? Inhibitor going
Red
down
team
in
base
mid.
turret has
4
been
members of
destroyed.
Blacklist make that 5, looking to end the game quickly. No minions, only the base standing. Steffi, he's not at home in his own base. It's gonna be Harley coming in. Is there time? No, the answer is no. It's over. Blacklist
Team hero
International
has been
takes
slain.
game.
What a game that was. Blacklist International just showing off at this point why they are the favorites to win M3.
And this is where I have to say, in our sandwich over here, we have to trust in the Filipino. Like he said, straight line. That's the best way to go, straight line. And look at what Blacklist has done. They make Malvinas Gaming look like an ice cream by how fast they melt down.
It didn't even feel like a straight line, man. It felt like they were on their way from A to B and they ended up at A.5.
8.5.
It was so fast.
It was quick. I'm not gonna lie, it was extremely quick, and I think Malvinas Gaming had a really good idea and good sense of what they wanted to do during the earlier stages of the game. However, where there was a little bit of lacking, a little bit of mistakes when it came down to greeting out on sticking around in certain situations, they got punished for it, and they didn't realize that such a small lead really could be extended with the mechanical prowess of both Edward and as well as Oheb, who played a really solid game here.
Yeah, and honestly, let's remind ourselves the topics that we have talked about from both of these teams, where from Malvinas Gaming, they have an idea. They know how to beat their opponents. But like I said, I want to see their flexibility. How do they change their game in the middle of the game itself? And we can see that the way that they wanted to play, they want to win the lane. They want to push early turrets. But what Blacklist did, they just mirrored it. You know, it's like, all right, you guys got golden turret. We're just going to take EXP. And I feel like this is one of those things that everyone has to understand in terms of like how they should win, how they want to break the code. But before breaking the code, I do have to talk about Toomey, because Toomey is great. I love Toomey. I've been using their bag ever since they gave it to me, and taking performance to the next level. Toomey, all of the items that we will see right after this will be packed into the Toomey bag, which is also a big thing that we have to talk about, especially when we look at Oheb, when he has the Blade of Despair, making that Renner incredibly painful. But just in case, he also has the Demon Undersword. And honestly, for Beatrix, it's kind of unfair how only with 2 items, the damage on this hero is insane. And speaking of that, let's go into the itemization for both of these teams. And first, we have to look at the kills. 14 kills from Blacklist International and only 4 for Malvinas Gaming. We're looking at Harley. He already has the Clock of Destiny as well as the Lightning Truncheon, but there was no engage at all. And it's part of the drop. They don't have any kind of engage. They can engage with the Popo Koopa, with the Bidem Koopa, as well as the Matilda, but it's not as easy to execute, especially from behind. From Blacklist International, Oheb, again, like I talked about it, with the Blade of Despair, the Renner hurts. But with the Demon Hunter Sword, any form of basic attack is just going to destroy the front line from Malvinas Gaming. And again, Oh My Venus in this game going out full damage oriented with the Ice Cream one just slowing everyone down, but also with the Genius one, we do know that in the real world manipulation, it's very easy for you to get the maximum stacks of Genius one just by sliding it around, and with very little magic resistance coming from Malvinas Gaming, because as of right now, no one has it, only Steffi, but only the tank has any form of magic resist. Anyways, right now, let's look at the MVP of the game, and it doesn't come to a surprise. Oheb over here, 7-0-4 with the Beatrix, melting everyone down, 79% kill participation and 860 gold per minute.
Look, I don't know about you, LaFell, but I'm going to get really, really sick of seeing Oheb on that Beatrix getting MVP every single time. He gets it, because he's looking clean. He's looking mad clean.
I think you could get a shirt and make it an OHEB merch and say, I never miss.
Hey, you know what? I feel like that can definitely sell. But let's talk about Blacklist International. People have been talking about how to break the code, but right now, the thing that I want to propose, right? Blacklist International, if you want to win against them, somehow you have to win the early game, and you have to make sure that you snowball hard, because once it gets to the mid game, Blacklist International is a different kind of team. In fact, let's look at the highlights and look at what happened. In the early game, it was very even. In fact, over here, Blacklist International, they have been getting wins in the team fights when Malvinas Gaming, they try to engage. But again, with 1 or 2 kill advantages, they just steamrolled the entire game. They win the fight in the Riverside, and then after that, they just translate to all of the lanes. And what can they really do to OHEB and Oh My Venus? Because every single highlight that you guys see right now, I'm pretty sure you can see that Quinn, the Lancelot, tries to go behind, but he doesn't have enough damage. And even if he has enough damage, he will die instantly. In fact, look at that Lunox. There is no chance for him to dish out any kind of damage to the backline, and it just becomes a game that, like I said, the draft was pretty clear-cut. Blacklist International had every advantage on the board before coming into the game itself.
I can't believe that the highlights just rolled by like that, and almost all of them were just OHEB moments.
Yep, that's like his application to be like, if other teams are looking to pay like $1 million for me, here's my application in case you needed a little bit of help.
Just take it right here.
Take it and take everything.
If you have me, there's a merchandise opportunity. OHEB never misses.
Oh.
Blacklist, make it happen. Blacklist, make it happen.
Blacklist, make it happen. I mean, oh my goodness, this was a fast game. Like 9 minutes, 55 seconds.